Yeah, they had us the first half. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, could be Wayne!
I think I got my swagger back. Oh!
I love it, baby!
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! By Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch. Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back to Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello, win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now. I made up my mind. I don't expect to ever look back. I'm going to stay at the University of Tennessee.
Reddit did to do, and welcome into More Important Issues. It is Monday, December 20th. I talked about how we've been downplaying the Memphis game on Thursday, or not downplaying, it just hadn't felt as hyped. All right, maybe there's a reason why. Just be patient, Caleb. Everything makes sense eventually. So you did have that cancellation, so Tennessee didn't quite get its fix this weekend with what was expected to be kind of, you should have a good game. It's a rivalry, and then Tennessee obviously doesn't want to lose that game. Has a kind of trying to set the tone for the season right now, but Memphis is looking at this game. I know I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but I do like Memphis is looking at this game like we need this game in March, and now you're not able to play it.
Yeah, and that kind of like I know we're about to talk about the rivalry, and that's kind of my biggest point on. I like to play this game. I think it is good for the state, but in terms of dealing with the bull crap that comes with it, I'm kind of in agreement with Rick Barnes. I'm kind of over it at this point, and I think it does more for Memphis than it does Tennessee. I think it benefits Tennessee too. I think it benefits the state. But I think when it comes March, Memphis has to have these non-conference games. Tennessee really doesn't.
No, when you look at it from that standpoint, yeah, I'm in favor of keeping this rivalry going, even if Penny's gonna be incredibly petty. I mean, no one in the national landscape, like, it's not hurt you or your program in any way. He's just been petty. He's been what kind of feels like a natural rival to already an in-state rival. So it's been fun for me, I think. I hope Rick Barnes meant when he meant, I hope what he said was he was talking about the rescheduling. And I 100% agree with that. Like, no reason to reschedule this game. You tried to play it. And maybe it wasn't malicious in terms of how Memphis got there, like with their guys getting COVID. But Penny lied. And he lied about the vaccination status, and it wasn't even close to 90%. It wasn't like, oh, it was just 75. Yeah. It was like 20%.
Yeah.
But beyond, so I agree. Don't reschedule the game. You don't need to. There's no reason to. But I do want to see the rivalry continue. I think it's good for, you mentioned the state of Tennessee basketball. I think it's good for like the program and fans as a whole. That's a game every other, maybe every 2 years that you get to host in Thompson-Boling Arena. That's a big ticket event. So I think it's good for just like, even beyond just like basketball and like, the team. I think it's great for the program and great for the fans. And I hope it gets to continue. And this weekend looked like it would have been cool if the game had been played. There looked like, an hour before tip-off, several hundred UT fans are already in the building for it. So I think it shows like this rivalry does have a lot to it. So I hope it gets to stick around.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it as like it's what the third incident, and I'm all for Rick Barnes saying that we're not going to play it this year, just out of spite, because in 2018, I think it was, when Tennessee got offered to play Villanova in the Madison Square Garden, and they're like, "Hey, Memphis, we need to can we reschedule this game?" They said absolutely not. So, yeah, I'm not scratching their back if they're not willing to help us out any. So,
no, I definitely, I don't think you need to reschedule this. And I'm glad there wasn't even thought of that. I don't know why people like this wasn't I don't know, it didn't make sense. But beyond that,
and I don't think they'll ever try to play in Nashville ever again.
I see, that's disappointing. I hope that somehow happens too, but definitely at least having the home game, the home Memphis game every other year would be exciting.
Yeah.
But man, what a letdown! I was starting to get riled up for it, and then my brother came in the house at 11 o'clock and was like, "Yep, game's canceled." I didn't believe him. I was like, "What? There's
I
no
was
way."
sitting down, getting ready. Think what I was gonna muster up in the kitchen to come in here and eat while I'm watching the game, and nothing. It kind of put a damper on my day. I was like, I don't even know what to do.
Yeah, no, which I guess at least it didn't happen at like 7 o'clock where you're kind of like preparing for it all day. So that's good.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I also don't understand the testing. You have tests that come back an hour before tip off. I mean, Memphis was already in the building.
Right. Yeah, and
I guess they weren't. I guess they were at the hotel still, right?
it just seemed like Amani Bates is taking pictures with a senator and fans. I'm like, this can't happen. Just the whole thing just did not make any sense. And then Rick Barnes, they try to get a scrimmage together, but they weren't letting fans in except for the ones that are already in there. And then they let a few fans in, but they were just supposed to be family and friends of the players. I don't know. It was just a weird.
Everybody's a friend of John Fulkerson, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you'd fill up that place with all of his friends.
You do fill it up every night because of that. Friends of Fulkerson. That's the next fan club we're starting.
Print the shirts.
Yeah, exactly. So let's do this. So obviously not rescheduling before we move on with the Memphis rivalry. Do you keep the series going?
I would like to play it. But I also wouldn't put up with the bull crap. Like the lying, like that. I mean, yeah, it wasn't like just to manipulate Tennessee, but and then like the stuff that happened back at Memphis, and just Penny being petty, like, and then it just helps them out to play us. I'm okay either way. I'll say that. If Rick Barnes is like, no, I'm not playing them anymore. Okay, cool. I mean, that's your choice.
I guess I'm not gonna be mad if it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of in that same boat as you, but I think Tennessee needs to look. I think Penny Hardaway's been the one to make. He's been the one to make look bad every time.
Oh yeah.
So
100%.
it doesn't hurt Tennessee, I think, to play them.
No.
Does it help them? Potentially. I mean, there could potentially be some recruiting implications and things like that. So it could help Tennessee. Most years, it's just going to help Memphis.
You think going in there a couple years ago and beating them with Admiral and Grant, I'm sure Kenny Chandler was either watching close by or he was in the building at FedEx Forum, and so I'm sure that set well with him.
Right. So that's why I think it is. I would like to see Tennessee continue in it, and then just like I said, it's an awesome. It's obviously a great rivalry. I think it was Chris Lofton that said it was his favorite game was 2006 Memphis. Was that in FedEx Forum? He said it like
right?
that. If it was in FedEx, yes, and I believe it was Chris Lofton that said like that was the best game he had been a part of as a player. So I think that speaks a lot to to what that rivalry is, and I think it could even get better. So I'd like to see it continue because Tennessee doesn't have like a true, like the closest thing to a true basketball rival is Kentucky.
Right.
And even then it just like, it doesn't feel, it feels like there's not as much hatred. Like I know Kentucky fans think Tennessee wants to be Kentucky really bad, but at the end of the day, if we walk away, we're still like, at least there's not even a question in football. So I like having the rivalry outside of football. Like it's just
I like it. I like having a rivalry outside of the conference.
That too, yeah.
I mean, I would like to play Memphis in football.
I would too.
I would way rather see them play Memphis than Bowling Green.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. The Memphis Tennessee football rivalry would be good too. It would just obviously it should favor Tennessee, so it would never feel like
It'd be nice.
It would be nice. It would never feel like a real rivalry. Memphis may, unfortunately, it's happened, get the better of Tennessee a couple times, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it'd mean much. For basketball, like Memphis is always going to be competitive. Like they're always going to be able to go toe to toe with Tennessee.
Oh yeah, I mean you have a recruiting hotbed in Memphis. You got a former NBA legend, I guess, if you want to say that, in Penny Hardaway. So yeah, I mean it's easy to recruit there. And they got the tradition and they got the players in the NBA and the alumni and stuff like that. So yeah, it is a good. I would like to see it continue. I'll change my mind. I want to see it continue, but I'm also like I'd make them work for it.
I'm okay with it not being upset about it. I'm kind of on the same page as that. It's just it feels different than any. It's cool. That's all. Like I don't know if there's a better way to put it. It's you mentioned it's at a conference, so it's not like you see this team in football and baseball and all these. Like you get them in just basketball, and it kind of like fuels the fire for that rivalry.
But it is going to be hilarious come March if they're in the bubble and don't get in just because they weren't able to play this game.
Oh, that would be
because
awesome.
they did beat Alabama, but they're on a 4-game losing streak before that. So they needed these 2 games.
Right. Oh, absolutely. And then chances are, I mean, where they're at right now, they may not make it to the tournament if they can't stay away from COVID.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. Protocol would have allowed the vaccinated players to play, correct?
I don't even know what apparently. So there was a thing going around today where they played in the Barclays Center in Brooklyn a couple weeks ago, I guess. And if all the players that play in New York, this is why Kyrie Irving can't play home games, is because you have to be vaccinated to play. Home teams do, apparently. So I got clarification on that. Chad Zerker.
Yeah, I read that.
Told me that home teams have to be vaccinated to play, but away teams get an exemption. So that screenshot going around, I think it was from BalkWest. Somebody posted that, but yeah, it was apparently. It's
regardless, that New York rule is incredibly stupid. They're
right.
Like, what's the difference in a home and away? I feel like away would actually be worse to bring into the.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but whatever.
Yeah, that's right. So, but I thought the protocol would be if you're vaccinated, you're still eligible to play, even if you're, because I think the issue really stemmed around all the people being exposed to them. Well, you like the thing, they're not still doing that stuff that like only certain, they're trying to limit numbers of people traveling. Like it's like a normal year now, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I just don't know.
Honestly didn't even know they were still like testing like they are.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know, testing the morning of a game, is that what ended up screwing up NC State too? Which I thought was stupid as well.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, when did the previous test take place?
Right. I have no idea. I do like Rick Barnes saying if they only had 4 guys, they would have found a student in the stands and played the game.
Oh yeah.
I would do that. I don't care if we lost 80-20. That would be an awesome story. Like just to watch 100%. It. Like again, I root for chaos, right? So the chaotic moment, Rick Barnes might get fired for that with how rabid this fan base is.
It would be Kenny Chandler, Brock Jancic, John Fulkerson, and Santiago Vescovi. That would have been our 4. Hey, I like our chance with that 4.
And Chandler from the Haslam School of Business. Don't forget him.
Oh yeah, him too.
It would have been hilarious, and Tennessee fans would have been pissed off, but it would have been awesome.
Oh yeah.
Would have been awesome. Yeah, I did love that comment because I was like, man, how fantastic! What a story for that person in the stands. You get the emergency hockey goalies all the time. I feel like there's been some weird instances of like, God, what other sport does that? I guess the closest thing would be like a football player, like a lineman warming up to kick off because all the kickers are injured. Like almost
that's what happened
in Tennessee.
It happened in Carolina this week.
Yeah.
Zane Gonzalez went out, and they had, it wasn't an offensive lineman, but they were working out some defensive linemen and stuff before the game because they didn't know who else practiced that.
Yeah, so that would have been an all-time chaotic moment. Would have loved it. Would have loved to see Mark Nagy's chapter on it in the next decade of dysfunction. Mm-hmm. Would have been a great story. I wish it would have been better though if Memphis had done it, So I can laugh. Like I don't have to just laugh at my pain. I can laugh at whatever's going on in another program. And I still get to enjoy that moment.
Imagine if we would have beat them. That would have been the end of the rivalry. No matter like if we keep playing it or not, we won the rivalry forever. It's
Love
done.
it. Absolutely. Agreed. Chandler went, not Kennedy Chandler from Haslam School of Business, accounting major.
Game-winning free throws to ice it.
He goes double-double. He's got 11 rebounds, 12 points. I mean, I can see it.
18 turnovers.
It's the next it's the next Disney movie. Like you just don't play him on the offensive side of the court, right? Like he just stands at the top of the key. You're like you just pass
he's cherry picking.
And then but you're cherry picking defensively, right? You're just trying to slow him down, hoping maybe you get a charge call.
They get no fast break points.
Yep, slowing them down. Hey, if it is Kennedy Chandler left, it does open up the lane, and I'm happy about that.
Oh yeah, yeah, get him out. God, I hate Penny Hardaway so much.
Oh, he's a dick, and I love.
I didn't realize like Memphis fans are just like they're very sensitive. I mean, I know Tennessee fans are sensitive, but Memphis fans. I mean, I tweeted that they were scared of Zakai Ziegler. They're like, who the hell's that? Who's that guy? Oh, this Tennessee fan. You know, they made a lot of cousin jokes. I'm like, you're from the same state, you moron.
Oh, they'll never get the pleasure of being from Appalachia, though.
Good Lord. I mean,
hate to be from West Tennessee. Sorry for my friends.
You're hopping a skip from West Memphis, Arkansas. So,
yeah,
most of y'all are probably from there.
Even worse, they're a lot closer to Arkansas than we are.
Right. I mean, they live there because it's cheaper than downtown Memphis.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't. Well, and I always what makes me laugh. So you talked about the cousin joke. That happens all the time, like in SEC games, like Alabama and Tennessee fans yelling at each other about. Mm-hmm. I'm like, guys, don't pull out that argument. It never wins. We're all from the same region of the country that gets that same stigma. So
now Kentucky's a little different.
Kentucky's way different. Kentucky, there's an underrated. Kentucky is almost like Florida man bad. Some of the stories you hear come out of there.
Oh yeah.
And Kentucky just doesn't get enough credit for being that cool of a state.
Yeah, they don't use bathrooms. They just use like 5-gallon buckets.
For God's sakes, they still race horses. Like I love that. It just feels like such a pastime. But nope, still going strong in Kentucky.
Like when we're in New Orleans, they don't have on Bourbon Street. They don't have like cop cars. They have like cops on horses.
Oh, and that's awesome.
Dude, like I mean, I was a little bit inebriated, and I could not comprehend that. Like I felt like I was like dreaming or something. I was like, "What are we in? What's that game that Red Dead?"
Oh,
I felt like I was in Red Dead.
Have you watched 1883 yet? Speaking of Red Dead.
No, I need to. I didn't get to watch. I'm about to watch Yellowstone tonight. Actually, I didn't get to watch it last night.
It got me ready for another return to Red Dead.
So is it just on Paramount Plus? Is it kind of like they released the first one to kind of get you to buy it?
Well, they released the first two.
Okay.
And I hate all the streaming services you have to pay for, but Paramount's only $5 a month. And you get CBS games, NFL games live. You get a bunch of soccer live if you're into that. They've got a bunch on there. So I'll give them that.
So it's not just like I'm buying it for one show.
Oh, yeah. And then they've got like Mary Kingstown on there. And
that's what I want to watch. I really want to watch Mary Kingstown.
Yeah. So they got a bunch of good Paramount stuff on there. And then if you're into documentaries, they've got a bunch of good documentaries on there. So I've gotten my money's worth there too. Really good though. Like I will give Paramount its credit. They've kind of sucked too. Like it's clear they're trying to get everyone, like all Yellowstone viewers, to buy Paramount. Like it's like the marketing is clear. Their goal.
Yeah.
So that's a little annoying, but it so far I've enjoyed Paramount. So yeah, this is my ad for Paramount. Sponsor the show.
No free ads.
Yeah, I'll call Taylor. I'll get on the phone with Taylor Sheridan tomorrow and get our cut. So
we'll head down to the 4-6s and let them know.
Dude, I've been reading a lot about those ranches. So I don't know if you'll find them interesting, like the history behind them, but it is interesting, especially how large they are. the 4-6's ranch, Wagner Ranch, and the King Ranch, I believe. Like 3 of the biggest ranches in the country, Texas. It's like the stories of them are just fascinating. So
he actually owns the 4-6s, right?
Yes, I know that he
For his
and
investment group or whatever.
Yeah, they bought it to keep running it. So it has, like, I'm sure you know this from Yellowstone, obviously, but like has a rich history of like show horses and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, all that, like Wagner kind of plays into that. The King Ranch kind of plays into it. 4-6's is way more known for it. But yeah,
Okay.
it's just, and then just the vast land. I can't fathom like taking care of that much land on horseback, pretty much. It's crazy to me. I'll never understand that stuff. Ranching is very fascinating to me.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. Ain't no way.
Oh no, God no.
Ain't no way.
I feel like they've never played up Jimmy to be sore on a horse, which is hilarious. But then he gets to the 4-6's and he's immediately sore on a horse. I'm like,
For a
he hadn't
day.
been doing that,
And then he's fine after
Yeah.
that.
Right.
One day he was good.
You take a good lightning gal from Texas out like that, Land, and tell me you don't feel fine either.
That's true. That's a good point.
Sorry that was a spoiler. I apologize. You'll get it. You're watching it tonight. It's not a big plot point. It was pretty clear what was going to happen.
Oh, I've seen the first part where
Okay.
he was showering.
Yeah. In the horse showers.
Yeah.
That's pretty hot. Pretty hot. That was Yellowstone. I feel like Yellowstone has a really hard divide. People who hate it and people who love it. Well, and I don't think they hate Yellowstone. They hate the people talking about Yellowstone.
Yeah, that's kind of how I get that way with a lot of shows. Like I was kind of like that about New Girl. Like you all just loved it so much. Like I just don't like it because I hate you guys. So
Don't you love New Girl? Don't you?
I do, but I hated it at first, even though I
you
never
need to
watched
watch
it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's my point. Is you need to watch it.
Yeah, just because y'all talk about it all the time.
It's the same way with like people with The Office, and there are some people who legitimately hate The Office, and I don't get those people, but
Yeah,
most people just hated it before they saw it,
Mhm.
which is unfair, unjust, if you will. But yeah, that's our. We'll come back every week for a Yellowstone special. I'm sure you really want to hear our just really bland thoughts on it. So
yeah.
was
If you want to
pretty
hear
glossed
more
over.
bland thoughts, Spider-Man, go watch it. It's phenomenal. I don't know if you've got to watch it.
I haven't. I'm too poor to go to the movies, so
It
we'll wait
is
for it to
kind of
hit
pricey.
we'll wait for it to
I
hit
missed
a
those 2
streaming
years where
service.
I never went. I mean, it
Right.
felt good, but
Yeah, we'll let it hit the streaming services that I mooch off of other people as well. So
there you go.
we'll do that. I'm not gonna get into that. I was about to say Disney. I'll say it. Disney Plus is a good streaming service too, if you like Disney. So you do kind of have to have a narrow vision there, though. But
Yeah.
the Tennessee Arizona, that's the game we're previewing. First off, Landon's gonna be in the building along with some ticket winners.
Yeah, we have a drawing going on. We'll announce the winner noon tomorrow, so you have up until that point to retweet our tweet on @more_issues, and you could win free tickets for tomorrow. I'll be honest, they're not great seats, but you're in the building for free, so there you go.
And you can I'm not like saying you should do this. I'm in fact saying you shouldn't, but you could probably get better seats on a Wednesday night this close to Christmas. So just get in the
you can
building.
move down. Yeah, get in the
Just get in the
building
building.
and see where you can go. Yeah, that's the fun part about basketball is you can move it everywhere.
Oh yeah, and football the last few years.
That's true.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring the mood down.
God,
I apologize.
It's gonna pick
Well,
up though. Next year's our year.
Oh, for sure. Next year. I do have a question about
today.
Arizona.
It kind of hit me.
Oh.
We're going to a bowl game.
We are
Like
going to a
in-
bowl
like-
game.
It's soon.
I know, like all the bowls that have been played have kind of just caught me off guard. Honestly, I don't know if it's where I've just
Yeah, there
Had
was
a lot
one
going
like 3
on.
o'clock
It's
today. I was
yeah.
like, what?
yeah. I tuned into that one for a minute and then got distracted. Wasn't able to watch any more of it. But I love that it's at Coastal Carolina's school too. I don't know. It gets into all these bowl games not being very bowl gamey. Like there's not like it's too many bowl games. I'll say that. Too many
Yeah,
bowl
they're
games.
just trying to get more money for the program. I like it.
Respect. I do have a question about Arizona. So, like recently, they were on a bunch of probations and stuff like that. Are they still are they off of that? What happened? Because they were kind of a part of that FBI stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure they got some NCAA stuff, NCAA recruiting stuff, like scholarships and stuff. They do have a new coach. It's his first year.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, I guess maybe they were able to lift a lot of those issues when they got a new coach. I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know the logistics of all that, but Tommy Lloyd is their new head coach.
Gotcha.
I forget
So
where he was at before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was like, even if they're
he was at Gonzaga. That's right.
Gotcha. And he's the one. Wait.
So Sean Miller was their head coach,
yeah.
and he's the one that got fired, and Tommy Lloyd's their head coach now.
Gotcha. So apparently the punishments haven't come down yet. Like they're still waiting. This was as of August 5th.
Gotcha.
So I wouldn't think they would have come out now, like since then. So they're still waiting, apparently. Okay. So they are still part of that. So obviously it's not, and they probably are going to get, since they did an overhaul.
What a start to the season, though.
Right, with potential, which, like you said, getting a new coach obviously helps some of that. Tennessee knows that firsthand. But yeah, I was just curious about that and how that affected them because I wasn't sure. But I mean, they're probably gonna, like you said, that they did go a whole new coaching route. This is a team that's, I mean, Rick Barnes mentioned it, number 1 in net rankings, or net, whatever. It's pretty much what is it called on ESPN?
I think it's just called net.
Oh, is it? Oh, I thought they had their own name for it. But yeah, I mean, the number 1 net team in the country, number 6 overall, 11-0. I mean, it's a great. This goes back into having. This is a great ticket to have. The place may be a good crowd for a Wednesday on December 22nd.
Yeah, I think they tweeted only 1,500 tickets left.
Oh wow,
which sounds like a lot, but what does it fit? Close to 28,000? Is that right?
20,000.
20,000. Sorry.
Yeah. I think it's 21 something, maybe 22 when it's full.
Yeah. But I mean, that's quite a bit, like you said, on Christmas break and stuff like that. So, I'm not sure what the student section will look like, but I'm sure it's going to be a really good crowd. I mean, this is one of the biggest games probably of the year, I mean, in terms of who your opponent is and it being a home game.
Yeah, no, I think you mentioned it being the biggest game of the year. I mean, Tennessee does welcome and some good SEC teams. You'll have Kentucky at home, but especially, I mean, it's kind of a rare one to get this. You mentioned in the December, get a rare one in this matchup. So it is going to be a good challenge for Tennessee, obviously, to take on. You had that really disappointing loss to Texas Tech that you probably were going to be able to wash a lot of that vinegar out of your mouth if you got to play Memphis. Now you're going to have a real tough time trying to kind of get over that loss against a much better Arizona team compared to your opponent that would have been on Saturday.
Yeah, and this team's kind of in the same boat as Tennessee, playing 2 straight kind of cupcake games, but have played some good opponents. They destroyed Michigan by 18. They beat Oregon State by 25. They beat Illinois by 4. They're coming off wins against Northern Colorado and Cal Baptist. And you mentioned that they're number 1 in net. They're also the number 1 scoring team and the number 1 offensive rebounding team. So something's got to give because Tennessee is up there with, one of the best defensive teams in the country. So, I don't see Arizona scoring. They're not scoring 100 points. I think they'll be lucky to get 80. And if they're hitting 80, Tennessee is having a probably terrible night from 3. And it's just got that ugly quick.
Yeah, you mentioned being ugly from 3 to, I guess, being at home helps that, hopefully, versus Madison Square Garden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, tough opponent, but I like this being a home game. It is on Christmas break, was just kind of unfortunate, but it's a team that got some size. I think they have a 7'1" center and then like a 6'11" power forward, kind of a stretch 4 kind of guy. Once you get bigger defenders on him where he can take them to the rim, kind of use his athleticism. But Tennessee has plenty of athleticism with our bigs. I just worry about the offensive rebounding, keeping them off the glass. I worry about their size with our, offensive post play just hasn't been great this entire season. So I definitely got to see more from Fulgerson, Olivier, Urosh, Brandon Huntley, Hatfield, whoever is in at post has to give Tennessee some sort of offense down low.
Yeah, and I'm critical of the offensive rebounding as well. And you look at games like this, second chance points are going to be really, really important. I will say, and maybe get your thoughts on this too, with Tennessee being a kind of, they're looking to get shots quicker and maybe getting up some early shot, early threes in the shot clock that tough to kind of get leverage inside so early. Does that mess up Tennessee's ability? So then you're asking a lot of your bigs. You're asking them to really only make the rebounds that they can, like they physically can.
Mm-hmm.
Does that change in how Tennessee plays? You think that's going to be, is it going to be a problem all season? And how much of a problem is it in your eyes? I mean, obviously Tennessee's scoring at a high rate right now.
Yeah, I mean, Tennessee has to shoot the basketball well. If you're shooting the basketball well, their size in the paint doesn't matter. But if you're struggling from three, like you have a lot this season, you have to have some sort of identity in the post, and that's something we haven't seen up to this point.
No, and
also with size, it seems like Kenny Chandler is the only guy that can get to the rim and beat somebody off the dribble. So if he's a smaller guard, so if that size really, makes it difficult for him to get to the rim, how often does he do it? And then Tennessee is ranked 222nd on free throw percentage in the country. So are they able to, get some of these guys in foul trouble, get them off the court, get them on the bench where you can, get to the rim a lot easier?
Yeah. And do you feel like, I feel like, speaking of guys getting to the rim, I feel like Santiago Vescovi used to be much better than he was. And I know he passed the ball a lot at the rim. Why does he seem more timid to you than years past? And maybe it changed last year and I'm just now noticing. But why do you think he's gotten, he's faster now.
Mm-hmm.
I would think it'd be easier for him to get to the rim.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if that's just because he's not the primary ball handler. If that has any, I'm sure it has something to do with it. But he, like you said, he used to be able to beat people off the dribble with his moves and, would find a way to get to the basket, get to the free throw line. That's something we haven't really seen a whole lot of so far this season. And, getting to the free throw line, that's something we don't do a whole lot. And then when we get to it,
right,
we can't convert. So, just it's not very Rick Barnes-esque because, his kind of teams in the past have focused in on fundamentals, making things difficult on teams, getting to the free throw line. Grant Williams, holy crap, what do you have, like 20 free throws against Vanderbilt? This team hasn't even sniffed 20 free throws in a game.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned Grant Williams. I think that shows how important that position is and being your guy that gets to the free throw line. Kumal's got to be more aggressive when he has the ball. And
Wilson's got to do it too. He can't just fall down every time he gets the ball. He has to make a move and, I know his body. I know he doesn't have a lot of weight on his body, but hey, use some of it, man. Throw some bows if you got to. Do something. Get somebody off of you.
Yes. Definitely like to feel like we're getting a John Fulkerson of the past here.
Yeah.
Now that we're picking up into SEC play. Hopefully. That's my prayer. My prayer. Notes for this Arizona game? Anything Tennessee fans need to look out for or be aware of kind of getting into Wednesday night's contest?
So Mathurin, the Benedict Mathurin, he's their leading scorer. He is averaging 17.4 points per game against Illinois or Oregon State, Wyoming, Illinois. He had 29, 24, and 30 points. So he's definitely somebody Tennessee has to watch out for. He's a 6'6". He's not their point guard. I think he's more of their kind of shooting small forward. So I look for Josiah Jordan-James to be on him the majority of the game. But he is somebody that can light it up from three. He's somebody that can get to the rim and use that length. Arizona just has – they're just athletic and they're long and they're efficient. Well, hopefully Tennessee's defense can kind of take them out of their rhythm of wanting to go fast. I just don't think that they're able – they're not going to keep the pace that they're playing against this Tennessee team. There's no way.
And that's you mentioned their length too, and I don't know if the length was what gave Tennessee's defense so much trouble with Texas Tech, but they did go to you saw them go to that 2-3 zone a lot, back to man, and I think settled in that 2-3 zone for most of the game. Is that something you may see again? Was it the length that bothered Tennessee? The switch seemed to come at strange times. But I know that length bothered Tennessee a lot. I don't know how much on the defensive end, but it seemed like we were just trying to get out to them before they could make plays. And they adjusted decently well, but not well enough to really matter. Obviously, a game that went into overtime. Is that something though that Tennessee may do Wednesday night? I'm kind of curious to see.
Is it go through 2-3 zone? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. If you see less of that man maybe than you see on a typical night, probably.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I haven't really seen a whole lot of Arizona play.
Right.
So I don't know kind of what their bigs kind of look like, how well they shoot from three. I know they're shooting 49.7%, so they probably shoot pretty good from three. I just don't know. Like, I think Tennessee's defense, that we're athletic enough where we don't need to go a 2-3 zone. I thought that 2-3 zone against Texas Tech was just giving us more of a breather on defense because, they weren't scoring either, and so we could use it on offense. That's what I thought it was.
Fair. It may have been. Very, very may have been. I thought Tennessee played okay, and I just don't know. I feel like man maybe the better choice for this team. I was just curious kind of when we see that. Obviously, you seem more willing to do it, so I'm curious to know when we see that from Tennessee again.
Yeah, I just need them to play good against a quality opponent. They showed up against UNC, but kind of every other quality opponent we've seen so far just hasn't looked great. Did beat Colorado, but again, Kenny Chandler kind of put you on his back in that game. So I need to see more from this team against a quality opponent like an Arizona team. Take them out of their rhythm. They want to go fast, make it difficult on them. I know they're, a team that fast. So if they're not in a rhythm, I know they can turn the ball over quick, get some easy baskets. We're athletic enough. We can run too. Get some easy baskets. Get Kenny Chandler out in the open floor. Get Josiah Jordan-James where he's able to get to the rim. Man, he can't even sniff the rim right now. So any little bit helps. But I think something's got to give. Either Tennessee's defense or Arizona's scoring offense.
Yeah, I like what you – and then just kind of cap all that off, what you mentioned about Tennessee getting out into transition offense, kind of going that what you said, something's got to give here. It's going to be better for Tennessee if they can create those turnovers and get out into space and run. And then, of course, you got to finish at the rim. That may have been the deciding factor in the game against Texas Tech was I know something weird happened, but with Josiah Jordan-James down there on a fast break. So it could be the make or break point potentially in a game like this. And that would benefit Tennessee, obviously, a lot. So,
yeah, what Tennessee team, what shooting team are we going to see? That's a question that I have.
Yeah, well, not confident either way. I'll say that.
Yeah, definitely. I wish we could have went into Nashville and just beat the brakes off Memphis. I'd feel a lot better about this game. I just don't know. Like, I can't tell. Like, I think Tennessee's a top 25 team. Is it a team that I'm confident that's going to a Sweet 16? Absolutely not.
I think I would agree with that. I want to be like more optimistic about it. But yeah, I mean,
It's
there's
just
not
not
been a lot to
consistent
prove.
enough.
No.
Got to be more consistent. But hey, you got to get up for this game. I mean, this is a game that Kenny Chandler wanted to play in coming to Tennessee. So
Yeah, that's true.
I hope it's packed out tomorrow. I hope it's loud. Again, I don't know how the student section is going to look, but I hope it's loud. I hope it's intense. Just a hostile environment all around. 6 o'clock, so don't be late. I know that's a tough one for people to get off work for, but maybe bring the boss some donuts or something before so you can get off a little earlier.
Exactly. That's good. I like that. Well, let's move into some football then. Some bowl game talk. Oh, well, wait. Tennessee football first. I don't want to skip the news for Tennessee here and Vol legacy. Navy Shuler.
We're getting them back, baby. We're getting these Vol legacies back.
I like it. And that did confirm, too, that Wes Shuler is Heath Shuler's nephew. So,
okay.
That also, I saw the article where it said he was joining his cousin. Unless some writer just made that up and I didn't fact check. I didn't know. I can't remember what writer I saw the article. So that I could just be repeating things that aren't true. Sorry.
That's fine. All right. This is a podcast where we just spread rumors. That's all we do.
That's fair.
Yeah, Navy Shuler. I think is it a huge name? To Tennessee fans, it is. And maybe not because we think he's going to be a game changer here, but I think it is another player that just wants to be a part of this program. He sees something in this program that he wants to be a part of. Was at App State for 2 years. I don't think he saw any action, so has 4 years of eligibility. A kid that his first name is Navy after Vol. I'm not 100% it's after Vol Navy, but I would think you got a good idea that it's from Vol Navy.
I like that rumor too. We'll roll with that one as well. I'm gonna go with it's probably not, but for the sake of yes, it is. For the sake of the moment we're talking, very much so. Yeah, I like what you said about just getting. He wants to be a part of the program. I don't know how much he wanted to at one point. He may have wanted to the whole time. And so it's good to – you need not only numbers. We talked about potentially maybe seeing a transfer come in at quarterback. You knew it, last week we talked about this. If it did come in, it's a guy that knew he wasn't going to be a starter. So I feel like when we take away who he is, who his dad is, you're looking at a kid that had a pretty good year at App State, and now he's transferring to Tennessee where he just wants to be in the mix. If he ends up starting – great. That means he's better than Hendon Hooker. If he doesn't, he's at a, like you said, a program he clearly wants to be at. So,
yeah, and I mentioned he has 4 years of eligibility. Tennessee fans know Tennessee has played a lot of quarterbacks over the past couple of years. And not in situations where you want a guy like that playing. Will McBride, that was, and he did well in his time, but that's not a name that you wanted to see be QB1, when it came to quarterback play. So, maybe he gets a shot somewhere down the road. Maybe we're changing the road. We're blowing teams out and he gets a shot that way. He gets to wear the orange and white. Just like his dad did. Hopefully they can get him a number 21 jersey. Maybe he's got to give up some. I don't know how it works in the NFL. They kind of pay some money to somebody to give it up. He'll have to pay D Beckwith something, I guess. Maybe some NIL money or something like that. But yeah, I think it's a guy that wants to be here, and you've seen these kind of legacy players be leaders on this team, and I think he could absolutely be another one of those kids.
Yeah, absolutely. And I misspoke. I guess I saw his high school stats. Oh my God, they were taking down his because the article I read had stats. So I assumed App State, but I didn't realize he didn't play. So
no, Chase Bryce was their starting quarterback. So
Gotcha. But yeah, with Navy, he said as soon as Heupel reached out, the recruitment was over. So, yeah, I think it's clear that he wanted to be at Tennessee. Maybe didn't expect to necessarily get there this time around either, but obviously seemed like an easy decision. So,
yeah, absolutely, and not far. I think that he lived in Arden, which is kind of right on that Christ school. Who else went to Christ school? Did John Fulkerson go to Christ school?
I can't remember. There's another football player too. I can't remember though.
I thought John Fulkerson went to Christ school. Let me fact check that.
He may have, man. I think there was another.
Yeah, he went to Christ school also. Yeah.
I need to see. I think there was someone that played with Navy Shuler that is either on Tennessee's roster or is playing somewhere, I believe. I remember reading it, so
okay.
I thought that was it. But yeah, John Fulkerson. Also, Miles Plumlee went there. I want the amount of athletes that went there is pretty impressive.
And Arden is small.
Sounds like maybe they bring in some guys.
Yeah, it's probably a boarding school of some sort.
Obviously, both the Plumleys went there. Who else did I see? I don't know. That was it. All right.
Yeah, 6 foot, 200 guy that can move. I mean, hey, let's if nothing else, be a practice player. Get your NIL money. I'm sure there's some diehard Heath Shuler fans that will throw some NIL money at Navy Shuler.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
If I had a business, I might do it too. But
I don't even know if I'm on the right Christ school now because now this is going to bother me. But how many Christ schools are in North Carolina? But it doesn't have Navy Shuler on here. As they have their college athletes. But he's not listed. Interesting. All right, well, moving on. So bowl game talk. We can do that now.
Yeah, you wanna pick some bowl games?
I'm down to pick them, and since you talked about there were some, we haven't talked about bowl season. I guess we haven't had a chance because we were Thursday night. So I'll just run through the bowl games that have already happened. Landon was pretty upset Friday with Coastal Carolina, but it ended up hitting, right? What you needed to?
I needed them cover. They didn't cover. I also needed them in
Okay.
a teaser to win, and they did that. So I mean, it kind of evened itself out.
All worked out. You don't hate them too much.
No.
Coastal did beat Northern Illinois, though, 47-41. MTSU beat Toledo on Friday night, 31-24. I guess I don't know if we want to run through all these. But BYU did lose to UAB. I don't know if BYU had anybody sitting out.
I'll say this: only one favorite team has covered so far.
All right, maybe some even bowl games this year.
No, Liberty covered 2. I'm sorry.
Okay.
2.
And then Western Kentucky, 59-30, 59 over App State, 38.
Hey, we talked about Bailey Zappi before he went to Western
Good
Kentucky.
Lord.
I mean, he lit it up.
But good. I mean, I don't know. That just seems wild to me. But hey.
6 touchdowns. I think he set a school record.
Wow.
Like a single season school record.
Is Tyson Helton still there?
Yep.
Good for him. Good for him.
I mean, they almost won 10 games.
Is he the head coach or is he the offense coordinator?
He's a head coach. Yeah.
He's the head coach? Okay. I couldn't remember. What a jump. Good for him. Actually, good for him.
That's what I mean. He probably belongs. It's a good spot for him.
Agreed. Let's pick some games though. We'll go through all of theirs, give our favorites. To cover or to win? Where are we going here?
Let's go win.
Okay.
And if we think maybe a lock to cover there, we can kind of mention that.
Good with me.
You got the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Is tomorrow Kent State, Wyoming.
I've got Kent State in this one.
Okay.
Call me stupid. That's fine. I have no belief in Wyoming. I've seen some people talk about Wyoming football. They're never excited about it. And I don't know. There's just something about Kent State I like. I know they got whooped in their conference championship game. They're due for a comeback.
They put up a lot of offense.
Not against Northern Illinois, they don't.
Yeah, I'll go Kent State too. I like that. It's a good pick. They're underdog too, so the underdogs are killing it.
Exactly. What's next? Let's do this.
We got Tropical Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl. UTSA versus San Diego State and Brady Hoke in all caps.
I've got the favorite here. I've got San Diego State.
Okay. I got UTSA.
All right. All about the runners, huh?
And,
are they?
It's kind of a lock.
Okay. All right. Covering 3 or just winning? Or you want them to win?
Covering 3. I'll do. I might sprinkle some to win, but lock is 3. I think I got it plus 3.5, so I felt better about that. Next one we got is Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl, Missouri and Army. What a matchup!
Yeah. I feel like I just have to go Missouri in this game. I know Army's favored, but don't you feel like Missouri's offense is going to score plenty? And then I just got to think that I know they run a weird system, but they have had more than normal game week prep for this game. So I just feel like I like Missouri. I know they're underdogs. I just feel like all it adds up for Missouri to be the winner.
Yeah, I mean, I see Tyler Beatty carving up this Army defense. And Army's a 5.5-point favorite. I mean, even if they end up winning by 6 or 7, you got to think an SEC team can, take out an. I mean, I just don't see Army stopping Missouri. I really don't. Then we got. That's kind of a lock too. I kind of like that one. Thursday we got North Texas Miami Frisco Football Classic presented by Ryan. Okay, some guy named Ryan sponsored. He wrote a fat check to sponsor this one.
You don't know Ryan, the founder of Wolf.com?
Yeah, Wolf.
And for that reason and that reason alone, I'm going Miami of Ohio, also where Kelly Kapoor moved, thinking it was Miami, Florida. So I'm going Miami of Ohio here, and they're favorites. That was easy.
Yeah, I'll go Miami of Ohio too. I don't know anything about these teams, to be honest.
Same. I watched a little bit of Miami
by Ryan.
Action. By Ryan.
Is he trying to be Dre? Presented by Ryan.
Exactly it. But yeah, I think my action too. That's kind of like Kent State. Staying with my favorite teams.
Okay. Then that same night you got UCF and Florida. Billy Napier versus Gus Malzahn.
Is Billy Napier coaching?
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't know who the interim is, nor do I care.
It was like it was a weird. I mean, they fired everybody before that, so
yeah. Is it Kevin Steele?
It's Coach Knox, whoever that is. Don't know.
It's
no clue.
Lane Kiffin's son.
If we're going with that, who's coaching this game? If it's an interim, I think I'm going to go Florida.
Oh yeah, interim teams get some sort of boost. I don't understand it, but they do. Yeah,
I don't know if I'll Take him to cover.
And Dylan
to win.
Gabriel he already left. He's going to UCLA, so they don't even have
Okay.
him. So I feel really confident in 6. And I know Florida's a dumpster fire, but
Yeah, but
I don't even know who's their quarterback.
Right. At least they have a coach in place.
That's true.
I feel like that makes it better for them.
Coach Knox, baby. He'll be 1-0.
Well, I mean, they have a guy like keeping guys on campus and playing.
Yeah. That's in the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. Then you got Friday, you got Memphis. This is the Christmas Eve. Memphis, Hawaii in the Easy Post Hawaii Bowl.
Does Hawaii get to always play in the Hawaii Bowl? That feels like not right to me.
Yeah, that's kind of crappy.
What if they're a national championship contender? Is it like, nope, you have to play in the Hawaii Bowl?
Yeah, maybe. I feel like I'm taking the over. It's at 55.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
I like that.
I like Memphis to win. And I'll take the over with you too.
Penny Hardaway-less Memphis football. I'm taking them too.
Penny who?
Yeah, exactly.
In spite of Penny.
That's just my 2 cents. Saturday on Christmas, baby, we getting the Tax Act Camilla Bowl.
I'll be dialed into that one.
Yeah, at 2:30. What a freaking prime time, baby. Georgia State and Ball State.
That I'm going to have to go away from my action roots. I'm sorry. I'm going Georgia State.
Yeah, I am too. Georgia State. PTSD with that one. Let's move on.
Yes.
Monday, the 27th, you got Western Michigan, Nevada.
Does it bother you that
Bowl.
Western Michigan's W is the same as like Washington football teams?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But like, did they have it before the Washington football team?
No, they didn't. I don't think so. I think I remember it came after.
You actually copied that logo? What a moron.
I'm taking Nevada. I've watched Nevada play once. I hate Western Michigan's logo.
All right, I like it. Yeah, I'll ride it. Nevada, baby.
What game did I watch? It was like I swear
Western
I was
Michigan's
watching
a 7-point favorite. Does that make you want to change it at all?
A little bit. I'm trying to remember what game it was. Maybe it was Fresno State. It felt like it was on. Maybe it was UNLV. No, I feel like it was a close game. And Fresno State was 34-32. Maybe it was San Diego State. That was 23-21. But anyways, dude, I felt like it was on at 2 a.m. Like this is stupid that I'm watching this game right now.
Yeah.
And Nevada lost that game. I thought they won. Dang, I'm
So
really.
You want to change?
We're going back to Western Michigan. Yeah.
All right, let's ride it. Western Michigan, baby.
It had to be that Nevada game. It was 10:30 Eastern time, so it probably
didn't
end
that
until
Malik
close to
kid
1.
from Last Chance U go to Nevada? He's not their quarterback.
I don't think he's there anymore. I think he left.
No.
Are you
The fact that even wanted him in the first place makes you want to take Western Michigan. So
Western Michigan all the way.
Come
on, Jack Wayne, don't let us down.
No, he's Central.
Oh, is he Central? I thought he was
Yeah.
Western. Okay.
Yeah.
Are they?
That makes you feel better, right?
Oh yeah. So I guess Western Michigan is brown. It looks red on the screen. Like it
Yeah.
looks like Washington football red, but they're brown.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I confused McElwain.
Military Bowl presented by Paraton.
Well, can I stop you there? I think we're on to the 28th now.
This is still the 27th.
Oh, this is still the 27th? Okay.
Yeah.
So we may not be back. Well, we may not be back by then. We'll see.
Okay. We'll just do it just in case. Boston College, East Carolina.
I think Boston College. I think I'm going to go Boston College. I think I'm just going to ride the Power 5 hand here and go BC.
Yeah, I like Jeff Hafley, their head coach. I'm gonna go with him. Boston College.
All right, we'll do it. Eastern Carolina's good. I'm not touching that line for several reasons. I could see BC losing, or winning in a very, very tight game. So
Yeah.
stay away from that one.
You want to hear this? I'm going to tell you this teaser, so it's not going to hit. But tell me what you think about it. I already put money on it, so it's locked in, baby. We're in. So Alabama. So this is one of the super one. It's minus 40 is 4 teams. Alabama minus 0.5, so the money line pretty much. Ole Miss plus 14.5 against Baylor. Clemson plus 12 against Iowa State. And Auburn plus 10 against Houston.
The Auburn one scares me. Oh, plus 10. That's wrong. No. Okay, I like it.
I feel good about it.
I like that. The one scared me. That last one scared me. But,
yeah, no,
no,
I
like
think
that.
if one doesn't hit, it probably is that one. But
no, I think they cover plus 10. I thought I heard minus 10, and that's what got me. Yeah. Yep. So
yeah, Iowa State. I mean, they might not even score 12 points on Clemson. Maybe they do. Venables. Maybe that's the one that loses it. If they lose by more than 12 points to Iowa State, that's the end of Dabo Swinney. He should be fired.
get out while you could get like Clemson could hire anyone in the country right now.
I think Clemson is. I don't think they're favored.
They are. Well, it's probably moving.
Oh, it's minus 1.
Okay. Yeah, so it's probably moving a lot.
It's kind of
a
pick 'em game.
Yeah,
but that's insane to me.
Yeah,
because Bryce Hall or Breece Hall, there's no way he plays in that bowl game. Maybe he does. He's probably the best running back coming out. So
I'd play in the Cheez-It Bowl.
Worth it. But yeah, I guess that's all we're gonna do.
Yeah, we should be back before the 28th, no matter what.
Cool.
So I know it's the holidays. I hope everyone had. If you're like me, you've already had some holiday stuff going on. I hope you're having good holidays. Hope you have good holidays. We'll definitely have some shows between now and like New Year's for sure. But yeah, just happy holidays while we're chatting about it.
Yeah. Guys, we appreciate you. Where am I going? We got segments.
I mean, you can close it out if you want, man.
God bless.
Sick of hearing my voice. I get it.
Let's go most important.
Do we have any questions, by the way?
I don't think so. I can check just to make sure, but I don't think we have any.
Okay. My first most important is for more important issues. We're going to have a store up soon, so keep an eye out.
Yeah,
we'll have some merch available for you, some stickers I know some people have liked, some shirts I know people have liked, and some more on top, some new stuff as well. So keep an eye out sometime between Christmas and the New Year. Sorry you won't be able to get them as Christmas gifts, but even if we went live right now, which is when we're ready, we're almost ready, it wouldn't be out. You wouldn't get them before Christmas anyways. So I'm sorry. Good maybe Valentine's Day gift, maybe some January birthdays in there. Or just buy them. Just buy them to buy them.
Yeah. I can't wait. I'm excited. I like the logos that are coming out.
Yeah, and you will have Christmas money to spend. So there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's got the grandparents that just like to give out money for the holidays. Even if it's not a present, there's some grandparents that just like, Merry Christmas. Just hand it to you. I'm like, dope.
Don't tell me twice. Out.
Yep. We don't have any questions. I do want to mention we have hit 11.7K followers on Twitter. We're big college baseball fans. So 11.7 scholarships. Remember that.
I like it. Do we just stay here then?
We should, yeah.
I know we're supposed to try and grow, but I think staying here is understandable. So
until we get like 69K, I mean, this is where we have to stay.
Fair. Yeah, we want an immediate jump.
Yeah. Most important.
Most important. That more important issues one was my first.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know if that was cheating, but
I got Georgia Southern women's
okay.
basketball. Georgia Southern made history against Carver College. 118-point victory in a D1 women's basketball game.
Oh my gosh.
133-15.
Wow. I don't even know what to say.
How does that even happen? I would have quit. If they hit triple digits, I'm still at like not even 20. I'm out the gym. I'm done.
Yeah, that'd be a hard bus ride home.
Wave the white flag.
Yikes. My next one is Louisiana State equipment. They tweeted out a picture of they tweeted what a season, 13 straight wins, some other accolades in there, and they took a picture of their helmet wall, and it was really cool because every team they lose to, which they only lost to Texas this year, they have standing up the right way, and all the teams they knock off, they flip them on the helmet's head, look defeated. Okay. So I think it's a cool way to keep track of wins and losses. I feel like I need some helmets of every team Tennessee plays now to keep track in my house. How wins and losses be an easy way to do it.
I like that. That's cool. My next one is the New Orleans Saints breaking a streak. Tom Brady has been shut out for the first time in 15 years.
Oh, you hate to see it.
255 consecutive starts. How in the hell? I mean, that was an ugly game.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you think you're going to see bad COVID games this week? Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
That one wasn't even. Yeah. We're good.
I mean, that one today.
I'm pissed about it. I'm pissed about it. They're going to cost me my fantasy season in 2 leagues. Not happy.
I mean, the Browns punted 7 times. Ugh.
It's ridiculous.
There was 10 punts in that game earlier today. Yeah, I mean, if you're betting on the NFL, I don't know what to tell you because it's impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, who would have thought that the Saints would end up beating the Bucs last night? To help me in a teaser, I had the Saints plus 17.
That was your teaser? What? Wait.
That was like they were in a teaser. So I had the Titans plus 3 or something like that. And I had the Bengals plus 9 and the New Orleans plus 17. And that hit.
Nothing else hit?
No,
the teaser hit.
Yeah, that teaser hit. I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm not doing. I can't do spreads in the NFL. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's. I feel like the NFL is easier to figure out in the sense of like it's all close games,
right?
So like the spreads are easier to like get right.
I had the Titans plus 7. That's what it was.
Okay.
Because it barely hit.
Yeah, right. That's ugly game. Speaking of ugly games.
Yeah.
That's all for my most important.
That's all I got for most important too.
All right, my first fail is I don't know. I guess it's probably Disney. What's the name of the movie? But the Kevin James, Sean Payton. I just love it. I just love it. Like, just make a fictional coach if you want to base him on Sean Payton. Don't be like, this is Sean Payton.
Yeah.
Because he's Sean Payton in the movie, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They look just alike.
Insane.
I mean, they're damn near twins.
Oh, I love Kevin James. I love him. I get that he's probably not everybody's cup of tea, but
I don't think I've ever seen him in a serious movie.
I don't think it's going to be completely serious. I think it's going to be a lot of. I think it's
Okay.
comedy, sort of.
Okay. Well, that makes it better. If it was going to be serious, I'm like, that's probably going to be trash.
I mean, it has him on the. Like, if it has Kevin James, I just don't think it can be serious.
That's what I'm saying.
So that maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but first off, Paul Blart was one of the most hard-hitting dramas of all time. Action film.
Blurt and jelly, woot woot. That was a heater. The second one, not so great, but the first one was great.
I didn't know there was a second. Hadn't seen it.
I think he's like a security guard at a hotel or something. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I forgot to mention this. Most important, Ben Roethlisberger is undefeated. He's never lost his first home game after a live-action movie starring Spider-Man is released. I don't know how they came up with the stat, but yeah, in 2004, 2007, 2012, 14, 17, 19, and 21, he's undefeated.
That's incredible. That's awesome. That's my favorite stat of all time. I hope I can remember.
It means absolutely nothing.
Right. And I just hope I can remember that and rattle it off.
Yeah. I'll send it to you if you want me to.
Please. Yeah. That's my conversation. That's my icebreaker from now on.
There you go. That would, if you weren't in a serious relationship, that would be your Tinder, like break the ice thing.
Exactly. Yeah. Any more fails?
I mean, Steve Cohen, and he went after Tennessee fans. He's a senator from Memphis, or he does something in politics. Who cares? He said, disappointed, very disappointed. Memphis UT game canceled. Hashtag COVID. Here with Tiger freshman star Amani Bates. Hashtag COVID, and you're just sitting here taking a picture with him? Dude, you're not young.
Right. And it was pretty clear at that point, too, that it was Memphis that caused the cancellation.
Right.
It's just very stupid all around.
Yeah, and he came after Tennessee. He was just like, I don't know what he said. Just something stupid.
I love it.
But yeah, no masks. I mean, God. I really hope we're not getting back to this point. Like I don't want to see.
Yeah.
I'm tired of seeing games canceled.
Right.
And I'm not doing a political stance or anything. But man, I just don't want to see sports canceled. That was the most depressing time of my entire life.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
That's all I got.
That's it for me too. Guys, that's all we got for the show. Happy holidays. Again, we'll see you between. May even see you before Christmas. We'll figure out the schedule here, but if not, definitely Merry Christmas, and hope everyone enjoys time with family, friends, maybe people you hate. That's show love to everybody this Christmas season.
Yeah, spread Christmas cheer. Guys, that's all we got. Go Vols. Wednesday night. See you in TBA. We're bringing the boat in.